Hello student, welcome to Standard 9th Geography. We are studying chapter 3rd, part 6. The title of the lesson is Exogenetic Processes, part 1. In the previous lecture, we had studied mass movement or mass withering and biological withering. Among the mass movement, now between the mass movement, we are going to study now the rapid mass movement and slower mass movement. So let us study how rapid mass movement takes place. Rockfall, landslide, land subsidence occur rapidly. That is because it happens on the mountain and rockfall takes place from the mountain. It is quite high. Landslide too, land subsidence also. Because of the gravitational pull and the mass has weight, it comes down rapidly. Their effects are very destructive. The probability of this event is more in the region having humid climates and steeper slope. So in the Sahyadri ranges, in the Konkan region, we have steeper slope as well as humid climate, and therefore in this region the landslide, rockfall takes place on a large scale. A thick layer of withered material forms on the slope. When it rains in such areas, the rainwater penetrates the withered materials and their weight increases. So this water gets into this withered material and weight increases. The withered material moves very rapidly and come down the slope. For example, the mudslide at Malin village of Pune district last few years back, this had taken place and the entire village was buried under this mudslide. Sometimes the withered material do not move downward but sinks. So it sinks inside in situ. That is where they are, it goes down. It moves downward and a hole is created there. This is called slumping. So such rapid mass movement may also occur because of the earthquake. So you can see that this part where you can see the blue color, the mud over there has sunk down into situ, and therefore this hole is been created in the soil on the in the structure over here. Now let us move on to the slower mass movement. In areas with dry climates and gentler slope, mass movement occurs slowly. So where there is gentler slope, I have given you the example in the rapid mass movement of Sahyadri. Towards the western part of the Sahyadri has steep slope, but the eastern part has gentler slope. So slower mass movement takes place in gentler slope. In areas with dry climate, so towards the other side, towards the eastern side of the Sahyadri is the rain shadow region, and therefore it is a dry region. So we are told that in areas with dry climate and gentler slope, mass movement occurs slowly. So on the Deccan Plateau is on the eastern parts of the Sahyadri mountain, where dry climate is there and gentler slope is there. Soil creeps. Soil creep is a common phenomenon in such areas. In periglacial region also, the slope, small layers of soil accumulates because of the movement of soil. This is called solifluction. So have a look of solifluction. The gentler slope is there, and then therefore the silt, the rock particle moves down slowly and it gets accumulated. So here you can see on the road it has come down and then it gets accumulated there. So this is called solifluction. So we have seen the rapid mass movement, such as Malin village we have taken example, and when the material, instead of moving downwards, it sinks within into C2, then it is called slumping. And now we have also studied solifluction, that is the soil in a gentler slope moves down, and then this soil gets accumulated. Such thing is considered as solifluction. Now let us move on to the next, that is the erosion part. Like weathering and mass movement, erosion is also an external process. So erosion takes place of the soil. Erosion occurs through various agents such as wind, running water, glacier, seawater, and groundwater causes erosion. So erosion means the transportation of soil from one place to the other. Which are the agent who does this work is that wind. Along the wind, the soil blows. Where the wind is very strong, there the soil blows on a large scale. Then running water. When it rains, along with the rain, the soil gets mixed up and it starts moving along the slope. Then we have glaciers. Glacier means a huge chunk mass of ice from the sliding from the mountain, high-rise mountain. So it is called glacier. This glacier, as they are sliding, it erode the bottom part of the mountain, and it carries top layer of soil. Then seawater also erode, as well as groundwater causes erosion. So in this way you can see here how water is running from the middle part of the land, and this water moves along the slope and washing the top layer of the soil, and running water carries this, and finally it goes to the stream and then river. So in this way erosion takes place. Now my dear student, we have studied the lesson, that is the exogenetic process, how different process occurs. We have seen in the dry weather, that is the weathering takes place, then erosion takes place, transportation and deposition. So in the dry region, mechanical weathering takes place.